This is part 7 of What If Sasuke Was Banished from the Lee Village. I hope you enjoy. So, the Lee Village would be recovering from Sasuke's attack, and surprisingly, there wasn't very much damage done to the village itself. Tsunade would be in her office having recovered from Itachi's Tsukiyomi, and a few other ninja would be in her office like Yamato, Kakashi, along with Naruto and Jiraiya. Tsunade would tell them while she was under Itachi's genjutsu, Itachi told her the reason why Sasuke attacked the village and told her the truth about the Uchiha massacre. She explains that Itachi had to kill his own clan to stop the Uchiha coup because Danzo was placing harsher and harsher restrictions on the Uchiha, making them want to rebel against the Elite because they couldn't participate in government and because they were isolated from the village. Hiruzen didn't do anything about this, so they placed the burden on Itachi when he was just 13. Itachi and Shisui had to make a plan to stop the Uchiha coup using Koto Matsukami, but Danzo had tried to assassinate Shisui before he could use it on Fugaku, the Uchiha leader. This all forced Itachi to kill his own clan before a civil war would break out and his little brother dies in the crossfire, and other villages started to attack the elite. Sasuke was only trying to get revenge on Danzo for putting his elder brother through so much and for isolating and making sure the Uchiha would be disposed of. So that would explain why there isn't many casualties and why there wasn't much damage to the Lee village itself, because Sasuke was only after Danzo and none of them. The truth shocks Kakashi because he has known Itachi since a young age. This also surprises Jiraiya as well. Tsunade further explains that Itachi plans on protecting the Lee village from the shadows and stopping the Akatsuki. This shocks everyone. Tsunade would say that Sasuke isn't to be considered a rogue ninja or Itachi in their eyes, although they will still have to pay for their actions. Tsunade plans on slightly excusing them for their acts against the Lee village because they eliminated an evil in their village, being Danzo. Tsunade explains to them that the truth about Itachi shall not be told to anyone else and will be kept a secret between them, and no one in the village shall know. Right now, they need to focus on recovering from the attack. Cut. Sasuke, Rei, Taiyuya, and Fu are recovering as well, being that Sasuke took the most damage out of all of them and isn't at 100% at the moment. They will all be in a small cabin in the woods. Taiyuya will be the first to ask, what was that power that Sasuke used against Danzo that made his eyes bleed, the black flames? Sasuke says that it's the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan and he isn't sure how he used it. Sasuke will tell them that he's sure his eyes will get stronger, and the more stronger they get, and the more times he uses it, the closer he will be to becoming blind. Fu tells Sasuke how does he know that will happen. Sasuke tells the story of an Uchiha named Madara, and how he suffered blindness from using the Mangekyo Sharingan. How he had also experienced symptoms that made him sick, but once he took his younger brother's eyes, his Mangekyo will become eternal, and his symptoms would have went away, as well as him being cured from the Mangekyo blindness. Sasuke then comes to a realization: if him and Itachi swap eyes, not only will they both be immune to the blindness of the Mangekyo Sharingan, but Itachi will be able to be cured from his sickness. Sasuke doesn't say this out loud, but he knows that he has to let Itachi know this when he sees Itachi again. Rei would tell Sasuke that he would have to swap eyes with his big brother, and he would stop being sick, and they both would avoid blindness. Sasuke is surprised that she kind of read his mind in a way, and that she has the same thought pattern as him. Sasuke would get up, although he struggles since he is still recovering from Tsunade's monstrous attacks. He takes out a scroll that Itachi gave him and summons a crow that will be controlled by Itachi's genjutsu. He tells the crow to go to Itachi. This is what Sasuke's and Itachi's way of communicating for meetups. A few days would pass and Itachi would show up in the middle of the night. Sasuke would explain to him that they have to swap eyes. Then they will both have the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and his sickness will be cured, since it's a rare symptom of obtaining the Mangekyo Sharingan that he has. Itachi would say that it's more complicated than just swapping eyes. Who will do the procedure? Sasuke admits that he didn't think of this someone yet. Itachi would tell Sasuke he knows of someone who can do it. In just a few hours, both Itachi and Sasuke would sneak back into the Lee village, into the Hokage's office. Itachi would ask Tsunade for a favor if she doesn't mind. Tsunade would have ended up agreeing on performing a procedure. Tsunade would get the job done in a few hours. She would have done it all by herself. Well, not exactly. She would have created a Shadow Clone to help her multitask. By dawn, both Sasuke and Itachi would be able to see perfectly and would both have an eternal monkey kill Sharingan before they leave. And they would be, basically, Tsunade did the procedure to where they swapped eyes. Tsunade would tell them that they have to pay for what they have done to the village, but she thanks Itachi for being selfless and for protecting the village in the shadows for so long without any credit. Itachi says that it's nothing, and both of them would leave. On their way out, Itachi would explain to Sasuke his Amaterasu ability and how he discovered his Mangekyou's powers. They would eventually part ways. Itachi tells Sasuke the time will come soon when he leaves the Akatsuki and they make their move on the masked man. Sasuke, being completely healed by Tsunade, will be heading back to the cabin. Sasuke plans on staying there for a few more days until they plan their next move. Sasuke will tell the group that since Fu is in their group, the Akatsuki members will be coming for them, so they need to be on guard. A few days later, a knock on their cabin door. They will hear a knock on their cabin door. Fu will be the one to go and answer it. Two people in black cloaks with red clouds on them will be seen. Fu's eyes widen. It's Kakuzu, a famous person from her village who has 5 hearts. She shakes his hand. Kakuzu tells her that they have come to capture her. Sasuke will walk over to the door. Hearing this, his Sharingan would be activated. And it's the only thing that Hidan or Kakuzu could see. He tells them if they even lay a finger on Fu, she'll kill them. A huge explosion suddenly occurs, blowing up the cabin. Kakuzu would jump back with Hidan. Sasuke, Fu, and Rei and Tayuya would all be ready to fight. Hidan would be reckless and charge at Sasuke, but Fu shoots a web at him, forming a web prison that Hidan would be trapped in. This would be more than enough time for Sasuke to blitz Hidan, infusing his sword with chakra and chopping through the webs, cutting off Hidan's head. Rei would then rush towards Kakuzu, getting into a taijutsu bout with him, and she blocked a few of his chakra points. Kakuzu notices this and jumps back, avoiding confrontation with Rei. All of a sudden, Hidan's chopped off head will start talking, which freaks out everyone, except for Kakuzu, who would be used to it. Kakuzu would reattach his head to his body. Hidan would let it be known that he is immortal. Sasuke will start getting serious. Tayuya will activate her curse mark and start playing her flute, casting her genjutsu on both of them, and summoning her 3 demons. The genjutsu doesn't seem to be working on Kakuzu, so Tayuya uses the 3 demons to keep him busy. Sasuke would take this opportunity at Hidan. While he is in the genjutsu, he infuses his sword with chakra and cuts Hidan's head again, but this time up into little itty-bitty pieces to where Kakuzu would never be able to put it back together. Effectively, this would immobilize Hidan. Even if he was still alive, it seems that he can't control his body if his head isn't attached to it. Kakuzu by this time would have dealt with Tayuya's summons. Rei looks closely with her Byakugan, and she tells everyone inside Kakuzu has 5 hearts inside his body. Kakuzu would tell Rei that she is very perceptive. Kakuzu removes his cloak, and the wind and fire heart will come outside his body. Rei tells the group that now it seems he has 3 hearts. Sasuke will tell the group that if they take out the mass summons, then they will have it will be the equivalent to them destroying one of his hearts. Sasuke tells Rei to go and attack Kakuzu's head. Sasuke would tell Rei to go and attack Kakuzu head on, while him and Fu would deal with his elemental hearts, or summons, whatever you want to call them, those things you saw in canon that have a different element. Lastly, he would tell Tayuya to gather enough chakra for a genjutsu strong enough to cast Kakuzu in, or strong enough to where Kakuzu would be caught into it, even if it's just for like a few seconds. So Rei would rush towards Kakuzu. His fire and wind heart would get in the way and would try to use a combo jutsu on her. Sasuke will focus, activating his Mangekyou Sharingan, and he casts the Amaterasu on the fire heart, destroying it. If his mass is destroyed, then he's just destroyed. So Sasuke would target that part. Either way, it would have been dead. So Fu will start attacking the wind heart using her Kyuubi version 1 cloak to amp her. She flies towards it and starts attacking it, making her jump back. Its wind attack seems to not have any effect on Fu. Rei will make it towards Kakuzu, and he seems to have these tentacles. Rei would slash through them, by focusing her chakra into the tips of her fingers and would make it within striking distance of Kakuzu, barraging him with blows, blocking a few of his chakra points before she gets wrapped up in his black tentacles. Kakuzu would be using lightning release, and this would shock Rei, hurting her badly. Sasuke would then appear, severing the tentacles from Rei with his sword, making Kakuzu jump back. He checks if Rei is okay, and she says that she could keep going, but Sasuke can clearly see that this did a lot of damage towards her. By this time, Fu would have destroyed the Wind Heart with brute force, using her QB powers, or Seven Tails powers, whatever you want to call them. She would then shoot a web at Rei. This would heal Rei, making her good enough to shake off the damage. Sasuke would shoot Amaterasu at Kakuzu, and Kakuzu barely manages to dodge. But then he gets punched by Three Tails Fu. And then Rei would try to move in and finish him, but Kakuzu would release another one of his hearts, the Earth one, which creates a mud wall stopping Rei from getting towards him. Sasuke would then appear behind Kakuzu, getting past the wall, the Earth wall, and shove his sword through his chest, getting rid of the lightning heart. But Kakuzu would take this chance to wrap Sasuke in his black tentacles, shooting a point-blank water-style jutsu at him, sending them flying towards the sky. Fu would fly up and catch him. Sasuke would recover while still in the sky and fire a massive fireball at the Earth Heart, which would be enough to destroy it. Tayuya would be ready. She plays her flute, and this time the genjutsu is strong enough for Kakuzu to be caught in it for a good amount of time. Sasuke would tell Fu to hurry and fly down. When Sasuke was in 5 meters distance from Kakuzu, he would shoot Amaterasu at Kakuzu, and this time it would land. This would knock him out the genjutsu, but by now he would be burning to death, so it really doesn't matter. Sasuke had put a large amount of chakra into this jutsu, so Kakuzu's basically dead. There's nothing he could do. The fight will now be over. Sasuke would tell the group that they have to recover and that they can't stay in one place no more. They need to stay on the move in order to not get ambushed or caught off guard again by the Akatsuki. They will travel to another village, and it's just before it's before they get there. So basically what I'm saying is they're traveling to another village, and it's just before they get there when they meet Orochimaru, who right now has Kabuto next to him. Orochimaru looks at Tayuya in disgust, telling her that why she was Sasuke. Why didn't she bring Sasuke to her? Right now, he is desperate for a new body, so he tries to blitz Sasuke in an attempt to take him over. Tayuya would get in the way, trying to protect Sasuke, but then all of a sudden Sasuke grabs her and pulls her towards him, activating his Susanoo, a purple rib cage with Susanoo. The purple rib cage Susanoo, basically. Flames around it appear at the last second, and Orochimaru runs right into it and gets burned by the Amaterasu flames. Orochimaru would use snake substitution to recover. Rei and Fu would off the rip go and fight Kabuto. Fu would trap Kabuto in a web cage that he breaks, but then Rei would have appeared right in front of him, striking his chakra points. But Kabuto manages to hit her with a chakra punch, making Rei cough up blood and pushing her back. Fu would get to healing her. So Kabuto's chakra points, a lot of them are blocked, so he really can't do anything right now. So Sasuke would proceed to speed blitz Orochimaru and chop off his head with his Amaterasu infused sword. Orochimaru can substitute his way out of this now, since it's I don't know how he would be able to. Seeing Orochimaru dead would make Kabuto panic. Sasuke would tell him that he needs to get lost with a cold stare. Sasuke would tell his group that they will probably be getting targeted more and more by Akatsuki members soon. They'll have to prepare, and he's sure that they're way stronger than the Orochimaru guy they just faced. Tayuya would thank Sasuke for saving her. So overall, this fight really wasn't nothing for Sasuke since he has this eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And this is the end of part 7. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Part 8 will be coming soon. Well, I don't want to say soon. It might be coming next week. So I hope all of you guys enjoy. Goodbye.